Nasser made this big speech that more than 100,000 people had been killed in the construction of this, from cholera, fatigue, blah, blah, blah. And he nationalized the operation of it. And once again, one of the first examples of the victor being diplomatically forced to relinquish a winning position. You and I have had this conversation many times where I've often pointed out that this whole era of international law and diplomatic pressure is an era of about 70 to 80 years that's dying out now. And that for the
Hmm.
vast majority of human history, we've not had that. The Suez Canal, the Suez crisis of 56, at least the way I see it, is in many ways kind of the opening glories of that, globalist period where you could get the international community because the UK, France, and Israel, they did manage to take control on a military level. That operation was a success. But Eisenhower was furious. I mean, the entire American establishment was furious. The UN was furious. This is back when there was still some hope that the UN would be an actual functional organization, and control of it had to be given back to the Egyptians. So,
Hmm.
in that sense, it was also a historically important event. And Suez is, and what happens to the Suez Canal is in many ways emblematic of the world order as well. The Constantinople Convention, if I remember right, which is like this big convention that says
Hmm.
that both during times of peace and war, the Suez Canal should be open to all countries and all that. But let's face it, once again, that convention uh, was written in a different day and age. In today's day and age, it's just a piece of paper. In the nuclear age, it's simply a piece of paper. But uh, just trying to block that off would not be, that would hurt everybody. You would have to
Hmm.
expect a huge spike in energy prices in general. You would have to expect a lot of geopolitical turbulence in general. And then there's the question of what do you do about the ghost fleets and stuff like that, because the Russian kind of energy export is a large part of it, as you know, is through these ghost fleets and stuff like that. So trying to put up physical barriers in choke points to filter them out would hurt everybody. If you were to put down physical barriers, trying to actually stop them and all that, you would be shooting yourself in the foot because everybody would have to be ready to take. That would almost be like a World War III situation where the great powers cannot really agree on what exactly happens. If the Americans try to do that, the Russians and the Chinese would then say that they have a military and humanitarian reason, justification for military options, and that would escalate into something much bigger.